Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I got to tell you, Paul Farrell. I'm going to have Paul Farrell on next week too. I'm going to drag him out here. I've been wanting to have him on the show for a long time. Him and Ryan Courtney and Tony Diaz are going to be on the show next week, and we're going to talk to them. But I got to tell you, it's pretty funny. Bonchick beat everybody tonight. Paul Farrell's usually the first one on. Gosh, Bonchick, you must have been sitting by the computer because you are number one. Mark Gong is number two, and Chris Sierra from Hawaii is number three tonight. Wow. I mean, I didn't think anybody could ever beat Paul Farrell. And I can't wait till next week to have these three guys on. And I'm not having them on, because they watch the show all the time. I appreciate that so much. It's not even funny. But, these guys, their interest in paintball and their love for the sport is what's bringing them on my show next week. And, I honestly am very excited about having them guys on. So I'm really looking forward to it. And Bonchick, I want to have you back on again sometime too. Stephen Snow's watching us, Rick Wilcox. Absolutely love it. Ladies first. Oh, God, Bonchick, I love you. You're a doll. So anyhow, tonight I got a pretty good show going on here. A few things I want to mention first of all, but I got Andy Stred on tonight from the LA Remember Foundation. And anybody who was at the World Cup seen me dragging this big bag of stuff around, and Andy had the other one. I still think it was the lighter of the two. But anyhow, Andy says it was the heavier of the two. So I'm going to go with Andy because he's a good guy. But, he had acquired so many gifts to give to people. It wasn't even funny. It blew me away. To me, it looked like he had been collecting this stuff for 5 years. So he had really put together a terrific thing. And we made a lot of kids happy. And I just, like I tell everybody, I'm a driver. I'm not a mechanic. So I just got to walk around and talk to everybody. Jessica Cortez, how you doing, sweetheart? Oh, man. And I have Nancy. God, I'm going to butcher your name, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. Talana Singh from Hawaii. Now, this is the first time that she is tuned into this show. And I just want to tell you, young lady, I am so very, very, very happy to have you as one of our viewers tonight. Wow, we're knocking 26 already. Pretty darn good. And Mark Gong says, Andy Stret deserves a lot of praise for everything he did for the youth. Now, I totally agree. Absolutely. And Andy's going to be joining us tonight. He's not on right now. He kind of clicked off here. I had him in the green room. There's a few things I want to mention real quick. The WCPL tournament is coming up February 18th and 19th, and it's at Ambush Paintball Park in Moore Park, California. And it's the first of the WCPL tournaments this year. So get your teams together. You're going to play against, teams are already signed up, All-Americans too, the Ironman, Black Sunday. There is some great teams. If you ever want to, go through life saying, hey, I played against these guys, this is one tournament that you're going to want to jump in and check it out. And Chris Sierra's watching too. God, a lot of new faces tonight. I'm just absolutely loving it. Very, very cool. So anyhow, so you're going to want to go ahead and check out that tournament. Get on PB Leagues and register your team the 18th and 19th. It's at Ambush Paintball Park down in Moore Park, California, and it's a great field. You're going to, Glenn Forrester owns it, and you're going to absolutely love it. Then I got to mention something real quick, the Paintball Extravaganza. Now, Thomas Key puts on the Paintball Extravaganza every year, and this year it's going to be February 28th through March 2nd, and it's going to be in Orlando, Florida, where it's nice and warm. Last year it was in New York. Nothing against New York. Love the people from New York. Don't like the snow. Don't like the cold. But anyhow, so, if you get a chance, like I say, February 28th through March 2nd, and the Extravaganza, what it is he brings all industry people together. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably throw him on a show in the next couple of weeks before he actually does it. And he brings all the industry people together, and they swap ideas and they swap products and stuff. And what it does is it really, really does help build paintball. And I think it's a terrific thing that he does. So like I say, February 28th through March 2nd down in Orlando. Paintball extravaganza. If you can't find anywhere, just hit up Thomas Gee, Ghee, and he'll fill you in. It's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, next week, Paul Farrell, Tony Diaz, and Ryan Courtney, 3 guys that I've got to talk to an awful lot, and I am so much looking forward to putting these guys on. And that's what I'm going to do in the future, everybody, is I'm going to start picking names. People who watch the show, I appreciate it very, very much. But, you guys hear me talk every week. I want to hear your stories. When I put somebody on and I ask them, how'd you get started in paintball? Let me tell you, I absolutely suck that up. I love it. I love to see how everybody got rolling in this sport. It's and not just me that likes it. I know my viewers love it too. They really, really do. So I'm going to give my shout outs real quick, but real quick, let me drag out my buddy here. Everybody, please welcome Mr. William Bailey. What's going on, Billy?
Oh, snow.
Snow.
Yeah.
That's what we see out here, snow more. Yeah, you can keep it, but I do appreciate it.
I don't like it.
No, I appreciate you having it there, is what I meant.
I'd rather be in Hawaii.
Paul, yeah, I know. Here, Paul Farrell said he can't wait. Well, you know what, Paul? I can't wait to have you on, buddy. I am so much looking forward to that. That is going to be so cool. And the other 2 guys that are going to be on with you, they're just as cool as you are. You're going to absolutely love it. So let me start my shout outs real quick because Ryan Courtney. Ryan Courtney is another one that's going to be on next week.
There he is.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. That's going to be pretty cool. But we got Andy on tonight, Andy Starrett. So a very, very cool guy, a guy that really, really works hard for the sport of paintball and for the Ellie Remember Foundation. So yep. And he's got some pretty good stuff tonight. He was at the World Cup. I had the privilege of getting to hang around with Andy, and I carried his bag for him. So I did. Yeah, I was. I mean,
you had the golf cart.
I wanted a golf cart, but he says no. He said, "You're going to caddy. Shut up." So I shut up. I put the bag on, and away we went. And but it was cool. I mean, some of the stuff he collected and gave away to these kids was absolutely terrific. Absolutely love it. Let's give the shout outs real quick, Bill, so we can drag Andy out here because he's got some stuff he's going to give away to some people tonight too. Yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah, I asked him, I says, hey, you going to give Bill and I everything? He gave me a salute. So I guess that's it. So, but we got a salute. A lot of people can't even say they got that, Billy.
Yep, I know.
Yep. So I start every week with my probably the best friend I've ever had in paintball, Mr. Tim Schloss. Tim Schloss has Gateway Paintball in St. Louis, Missouri, and he is the last of the WCPL tournaments on the circuit this year, as he was last year. Terrific place. Camouflage, tiger stripe camouflage. That's right. And hope him to bring it back this next year. I'm all over him, so we'll see what happens. Because, I've got a lot of camouflage over the years, but the tiger stripe has just been the bomb, and it still is out here. People just absolutely love it still. Yep. So, Mr. Tim Schloss and his dear wife, Terry. Gateway Paintball. You ever in the St. Louis area, go check these guys out, man. You're going to walk on that field, and you're going to go, I mean, there's so many different fields to play. It's so cool. Yeah. Which field? There you go. You'd be running over here, running over there, man. I love it. Let me write that down. That was pretty good, Bill. Okay. Yeah. So, and then I got to say hi to Dan and John Colby. They're going to have the second WCPL tournament this year, and it's going to be at Panhandle Paintball down there in Florida. So all you guys, you get a chance, check it out. Hey, and I've got Jacob Easter watching right now. And you know what? As soon as I got done with my shout-outs, I was going to bring that up. I had the privilege, I will say, of being on Teddy Talk last week with Jacob Easter and Ruben Salter. And it was just cool as heck. 2 very, very cool guys. And Billy, I'm going to have them guys on here in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna like these guys. These guys were straight up very good for paintball. I was very, very honored to be on their show, and I'm looking forward to having these guys on the show here too. Oh, cool hat. What's it say?
Oh, it's one of the
It says nothing. You got to read it.
yeah, Missouri Magic.
Oh, cool. Very
Dean.
cool.
Yep. It's too small for me.
It is. Yeah, couldn't be your head's too big. But anyhow,
I need
yeah.
a haircut.
I'm not gonna bring it up. Yeah, you need a hairpiece. Do like I do. Well, no, don't Vaseline your head because then hat keeps flowing off in the wind. But anyhow, yeah. I got to tell you, Jacob Easter. You're gonna like this guy. Him and Ruben are two very, very good guys. Got a great podcast. And you guys ever get a chance, they're on Thursday nights, man. Jump on and check them out. Well worth it. So now I gotta say hi. I already said hi to Dan and John Colby. I gotta say hi to Bud Orr. Bud, very, very good friend of mine, and Bill's been a friend of mine for 36 years. Absolutely love the guy. He's probably mad at me now too because I called him when I was on Teddy Talk, right? And he didn't answer. He's probably sleeping because he had that operation and everything like that.
Yep.
And then he called me back the next day, and I haven't called him back yet. So, Bud, if you're watching, I'm not mad. I swear to God. I just
longest game of fun back ever.
Right on. Hey, let me put this up here real quick. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I told Jacob and them guys, hey, you want to talk to Bud Orr? And the ring. Oh, you reached Bud Orr. Please leave him out. I go, oh God. Then I called Danny. Danny's not. John goes, Danny's working out. Working out. Come on. You gotta love these guys, though. You know what? So, Mr. Bud Orr, we love you, brother. You know that, and I will call you in the morning. I promise. Mr. Tom K, Airgun Designs, Rainey and Juvie Boucher, Paintball News, Randy Camilla from Action Pursuit, APG. Yep. Great editor back in the day. Randy, he gave me my very first cover shot on a magazine, and I will be forever ever grateful to him for that. And then Jerry Braun had Paintball Sports magazine back in the day. And he has Paintball Sport Field, one of the oldest fields in the U.S. and one of the most beautiful and the hardest playing Ponderosa field that there is, man. It's a trip. It really, really is. And I got to say hi to Mr. Ross Alexander. Ross Alexander Line SI was my very first sponsor with the Bushmaster, which I still have hanging up here someplace. Jim Lively, another very good friend of mine. 2 tournaments you wanted to do back in the day. You wanted to do, there you go. Yeah, I got mine sitting. I got so many guns piled up here. It's up here somewhere. So anyhow, yeah. 2 tournaments you wanted to do back in the day. Jim Lively's Masters and Jerry Braun's World Cup. And they were just absolutely terrific. And then I say hi to Gino from Belkin. Gino's been a friend of mine for many, many, many years. Yeah. And everybody goes, Gino, he's got everything. He's got this. He does. He has got a lot of stuff. I agree. But you know what Gino does behind the scenes for paintball? 99% of you'll never know. I guess I'm just lucky enough to be in the loop with him, and I see the things that he actually does for the sport and individual people that need a hand. So he doesn't like tooting his horn, so I toot it for him. Gino's a great guy, done an awful lot for paintball. Heck, gave me $1,000 worth of stuff to give away for the Christmas show.
Yep,
thought that was pretty cool. Yeah,
it was way cool.
Yeah, actually, we're going to talk to a couple of the guys that got some of them presents too. So, yeah, Tony Diaz is going to be on. He won the prize from, or the present, excuse me, won the present from John Tankersley at Tank's Paintball down there. Here you go. Yeah, Tank sent him a pair. Sent him I believe, a blue one and a red one, so they can go against each other. Yep, there you go, just like that. Yep. And then I say hi to my little buddies every week. Everybody knows that I really push the young guys, okay? And I've pushed them now for a couple of years. And what really got me going on it, and actually got everything going on it, no matter what anybody says, I seen the airwaves for the last 2 years. And Mark Gong took his two sons, Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. It was out for Father's Day and for one of their birthdays. I don't know which one, but they were like 7 years old and 8 years old. And he took them out, and I thought it was so cool. And then next thing I know, they're out there, got Junior out there practicing with the Ironman. This kid's 7 years old, and he's out there practicing with the Ironman. Oh, you should see him now. Little guy rocks.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, and he's such an...
They started off small, and then all of a sudden they started wearing uniforms, and now they're kicking butt everywhere. It's like
it's absolutely amazing. But I watched his transformation, and when I started, I put them on the show after I heard that because I just thought it was so cool. And Mark Gong and I go back a lot of years. Mark's a very, very classy guy, and him and Michael Beard jumped in, and they really took the Hermans to the next level. And Jim Lively's watching. Whoa, Jimmy, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm going to come up to that super game up there in Oregon, so you better be out there. And you better be out there dressed with your camel and go out shooting with me, too. There you go. Yep.
He gave me these.
Yep. Very cool. Yeah, I've got them patches, too.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. Jim's a great guy. And that's why I say, back in the day, 2 tournaments, and when I get to go to these tournaments, to Lively's Masters and to the World Cup, I would just get so excited back in the day because, and this is when it started out 15-man, As a matter of fact, I have got one of Lively's here. I've got about a gazillion patches, everybody. I think this is one of Jim's right here. Whoops.
Yeah.
There you go. 1988, I was at that bad boy. Yep, there you go. Right on, Billy.
Yep.
So,
Sweet.
yep. Survival World Championship. Absolutely loved it. And I love Jim. Jim treated me, he treated me like a brother ever since I met the guy. So he's an absolutely terrific guy. Really is. There you go.
Of Illinois.
Yep. Very cool. Yeah, we played against Swarm. That's actually how I got linked up with Tom K and started shooting the outer bag. Was we still all had pump, and we were at the game there in Tennessee, and Swarm came out, and they all had the mags, semi-automatic. They came out and they smoked everybody.
Ooh.
It was like a paintball blizzard, man. We're out there. So anyhow, make a long story short, as soon as that was done, I went over and I asked them who made that marker, and they said Tom K. I walk over to Tom K, and I says, "Hi, so I'm Fred Schultz," and he just looked at me and he goes, "You want to shoot my gun?" And I'm like, "Well, hell yeah, that's what I'm here talking to you about, my friend." And I shot that marker for many, many years, and everywhere I go, they always had a tech follow me. That's why, I felt so bad. All these kids would come up to me and go, "Hey, Freddy, this marker's doing this. Can you fix it?" And I told him, I said, "Son, if I touch it, it will never work again." I says, I was a driver, not a mechanic. So, yeah, I was grateful. Yeah, Airgun Designs would always send somebody. And back in the day, Air America, which is now Immortal Air, would do that too. Yep, very cool. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Well, I'll tell you what. I've talked long enough. I could get on this history stuff, and I'd be stuck on this stuff for a week. Because I just love. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing a show and just doing it. History, period. Just talking. I won't say talking crap, but talking history. So anyhow, everybody, I want to bring on a guy that I think is a terrific guy, a good friend of mine. Very, very happy I got to meet him a couple of years ago. And I think he's pretty damn good for paintball, too. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Andy Mr.Fred. How you doing, Andy?
Met a couple of years ago. You mean like 20 years ago?
Well, you know what? I got that picture of when you were. That's right. That's right. You were thin then. I got that picture.
Hey, so were you.
Oh, that hurt. What hurt is you're right.
I was just telling you when you sent me the invite thing, I was like, wow, look at that young guy in that picture. He looks a lot like you.
I know it. Yeah.
But
he had hair.
Oh, good hair, yeah. No double chins.
Bye, Andy.
I love it.
I said like
right
me
at it.
too, Bill. So I'm picking up both of us.
Yeah, well, it's funny when I got to talk to Andy. Andy was I believe that was taken at one of the big games in St. Louis. If I'm not correct, right?
Oh, yeah, it was like 1992 or something.
Yeah, it had to be on the. Yeah, here's the
Way
picture
back
right
when.
here.
Way back when.
This is the picture that he sent me.
Ah,
I didn't send you
Yep.
that picture.
Yeah, you did. It's just backwards because you're looking at it backwards. So Andy, I was telling everybody, how cool it was, all the stuff that you gathered together. Oh,
Yeah,
there you go. That was,
yeah.
I don't think that was my first. Well, I don't know which one that was. It's actually embarrassing, but I am so grateful for all the cover shots that I got over the years. I got like 4 on there.
He wanted to be on the back also, but they
Well,
gave
at
him
least we know one time he had hair.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, Jessica Cortez is saying hi to you, Andy.
Hi, Jessica. We love Jessica.
So yeah, that's right, man. So never say you don't have a friend. So anyhow,
We got Bill too. That makes 2 friends.
Well, no, you didn't hear him in the green room. So Andy, I just first of all, I was very, very grateful that you chose to have me hang out with you at the World Cup and go around and give those kids that stuff. I just there's no words for it. I just really do appreciate it very, very much. And we had a great time, and I can't even remember how many kids you made happy.
I made happy.
We both made happy. It was absolutely great, and we made Kat Hazelwood cry.
That's true. We did.
I did. I sent her a picture today because she texted me something. I sent her a picture and I go, of you and I standing alongside of her, and I go, what a great picture. She texted back. She goes, that is my favorite picture.
Oh yeah, she was in tears. I mean,
I
cried the first time I met you too. So
Oh yeah, but you were crying because you had to meet me. There's a difference.
Well, it was the amount of people that were there that had to meet for the first time was just amazing. All the parents, the kids, everything. It just speaks volumes for what was going on at that event. I went pay into the rest of the World Cup. I kind of did one.
They're my friends too, so I love them. But the Young Guns thing, I think was an absolutely cool thing. And I mentioned earlier, obviously, I'm sure you heard me in the green room, that about Mark Gong, because you never heard anything about the kids a couple of years ago. Period. I don't care what anybody says. I was on the airwaves all the time, and somebody mentioned I took my son out in this, but you never heard about anything being organized. And then I watched the Hermans. They would go out, and after his son would go out and practice, next thing I know, he goes, well, we're going to start a kids team called the Hermans. And you should see it now, Andy. You go out to even one of their practices. All the parents are there. They're cooking out. I mean, it is such a family-generated thing. It's absolutely very, very cool. What's that?
Montresters, Marauders, and a lot
there's
of
a few of them. Yeah. Look at the Maui Misfits.
Maui Misfit. Oh yeah, there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
But we got to give Mark credit. And I need to probably just say this for Mark's point, because if I don't, he's probably going to hit me on the side here in a minute. He got the Hermans and all that going, Montrester Marauders and all these other great teams. But I think what Mark told me was that David and Karen Baines were the 2 originals that started pushing to get some youth stuff at the NXL. And if I'm wrong on that, Mark, you can please correct me. But that's what Mark had told me, that they kind of got the ball rolling on that. So they're kind of the 2 originals for the whole kind of youth thing. Well, and of course, here comes the Hermans and Montresters and Maui's and ML Kids and all these other teams that started falling into place.
They are. And, I know Dave Baines. I've known Dave Baines for a long time. He owns Capital Edge Paintball up there in Sacramento. And the thing is, yes, Dave did a lot to get it out there. But, I look at, I know Dave Baines, and, you never heard anybody really talking about putting together a kids group until the Hermans started taking off. And then, because when the Hermans started taking off and I put a couple of them on the show, next thing I know, I'm getting calls from people all across the United States going, we're putting together a kids team. I got a kids team. We got this. And next thing you know, we show up at the World Cup. And what was there, 24, 26 teams?
We had 24.
Yeah. So, I got to tell you, anybody can say anything. I just really watch this unfold. And I know that Mark really, really had his heart into it. And then Michael Beard jumped in with him. And Mark and Michael Beard, they've been my friends for years. And I'm not saying anything that they did because they're my friends. I'm saying because I actually watched it transform and what they actually did for the youth and the sport of paintball. So, Andy, you got some stuff to give away tonight. Now, you and I gave away a gazillion things.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
You got a $2 bill.
All right. Shoot, that's what I earned last year. That's pretty cool. Well, half of it. No, fuck, that sucks. Okay, but anyhow.
You seen Tom Gee lately?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, do you have one to real quick? Now I got to tell this. Tom Gee, wherever we go, Tom Gee brings out $2 bills, and he signs his name on it like it's a 3D thing. It's pretty cool. I just had to throw that out there because he's a pretty cool guy. Thomas says he has extravaganza that I talked about earlier. It's going to be down in Orlando. Boy, I wonder if they're going to go to, where did we go eat tacos at? What is that? Senor
Taco, I think is what it was. That place is
Senor
good.
Taco? Something like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, outstanding. So, Mark Gong says, my wife Lila gets all the credit. Well, we know that, Mark. But I had to mention your name.
I always get all the credit.
Yeah. If you ever met his wife, she is an absolute doll. She really is. And like I say, what they do when you go out there, and that's what makes the kids, I don't know how to explain, when you have a family atmosphere like that and you're out there playing a sport, other families that were out there, other parents that were sitting there watching all the fun that these kids are having and the support that their parents have, I got to tell you, that just makes you want to bring your kid in and be part of it. Because I've watched the Hermans go from this to this, So,
well, look at
Mark,
it Cup.
Great.
We had the 21 teams originally that were signed up, and then we kept trying to push for more, and then I forgot which team it was. One team couldn't make it, obviously, because there was this hurricane and some other stuff that happened that kind of crazy. Couldn't make it, so then like Jennifer was out there pushing to get kids in, and there were kids that were there that just came with their parents just to watch, and just walking up to them like, "Hey, do you want to play?"
Yeah.
And next thing you know, she's like, "I got 5."
Yeah. I remember that.
That's how we ended up with Rambunctious that Rob Walker took care of.
Yep.
And then we had kids before that ended up as the Expendables kids with us under my team name, me and Tom.
Banner. Yep.
And then we had not Storm Rider, excuse me. That's a name I'll remember team. We had the Rico's Rockstars.
Yes.
That was also a bunch of walk-on kids.
That's Rico Fernandez.
Yep, Rico Fernandez.
Gator Paintball down in Florida.
Awesome guy. Old school.
Yeah, he is. Love him.
And so 3 teams of that just shows that these were all kids that wanted to play, that were just hearing this, that showed up just to get involved. Or Jennifer rounded them up right there on the spot. I spent a lot of time in the NXL booth registering kids that I'd never even met before. Like, where do you come from? And we flew in from here with our parents. Like, oh, and you're going to play? Did you bring gear? No. Oh, dang it. Got to go round up gear. And, made it happen.
Yeah. You did, though. And, I'll tell you one thing, just like the Maui Misfits, like I mentioned, their flights were all canceled, just like mine was because of the hurricane. Yep. So, as a matter of fact, I've still got like $1,200 credit. So,
Panhandle's coming up for WCPL, the band.
Yep.
Let's be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, plus I'm going to come to the LA Remember thing this year because that's something I kind of got on my bucket list, but I'm probably going to drive to that. So
You can hang out with Kieran because that's the All Remembered / Dynamic Autism game. Because
the
it's
last one.
No. We last
Oh,
year
okay.
combined the autism event
Got
and
it.
our
Okay.
fundraiser together. So you'll be on Karen's show again, live from the field, I'm sure.
Oh, I was so privileged to be on his show. We had a pretty good time. What's funny is Andy let me stay at the house that they rented down there, and I didn't get into like late 30 because obviously everywhere I go I get lost. And but I did circle it for 2-3 hours. And so finally I had Andy's out there directing me, and he got two lights like he's landing me or something. What's going on with this? So anyhow, I finally get there, and Kieran's up, and I've been wanting to meet the kid for a long time, and he's up in his bedroom. And Andy goes knocking on the door, and he's laying in bed, and he goes, "Hey, so I got somebody here I want to meet." I'll never forget the look on his face when he seen me standing there and came down there. That was priceless.
Oh, yeah. He was awake, so that's all good.
Yeah, he was
Now,
awake.
Fred,
Yeah.
when you're on his show, are you going to do a rap?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I've been working on it too.
Okay.
I'm not going to display it tonight because I can't have some songwriter come up and go, "Hey Freddie, can we put this on a label?" I go, no, I don't want that yet. So but yeah. When I'm on a show, I'm going to rap. Yeah, I got to tell you though, I asked him to rap, and what he rapped, I thought was pretty damn good. Am I right, Andy?
Oh yeah.
It blew me away. I mean, I'm like, oh my goodness.
I did a different one every weekend going to the field. He gets in the car and just starts rapping. So,
So Andy, you've got a bunch of things now. Why don't you go ahead and start naming some of the things that some of the people did. Oh, we got 39 live. Wow. How cool is this, huh? So go ahead and do that. And then, it's because you're on, Andy.
No, it's because Bill's on.
No,
I live in Bill's shadow.
Buddy. Yeah. Oh, well, you have to. He's pretty big. I mean, Bill's so big, he's got other people orbiting him. But anyhow,
that's what we're playing. Then Bill's my backer because Bill's bigger.
Hey, yeah, he's my moving bunker. He's my moving bunker. I love the guy.
Yeah, let's
go ahead. I'm gonna take over. Big
list of stuff here. And first off, we should have really gotten to doing this sooner. Obviously, we all know being there at World Cup, we had a hurricane. It screwed things up. The schedules got messed up. Finals didn't happen until the next day. All kinds of things. A lot of people had left because of that. They weren't planning on sticking around. So Mother Nature and everything just took a toll. But I think we as a group of parents and players and supporters kind of pulled through and really made it a memory that'll never be forgotten.
Absolutely.
Maybe 20 minutes, but
I'll never forget it.
We'll remind you again in 20. But
who are you?
So and then of course I did not bother to tell anybody at World Cup that my mom had just passed away. So I didn't want to spoil it for everybody, right?
Mine just passed away last week. So.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, too.
Yeah, it was lousy, but
it's tough. So there's a lot going on. So I do apologize to everybody for this being a few months after the fact. Just had to take care of family first, right?
Absolutely.
But we're here. It's the new year. Looking forward to another one again this year and everything. I see Gino's on too. Hey, boss.
Yeah, Gino's watching. Hey, I mentioned Gino at the beginning. Yeah, he always tunes in after I talk about him. I talk some good stuff about him, and then he doesn't watch it. But you know what he told me one time? He told me he gets up at 4:30 in the morning, the next morning, and watches the show. Now, whether that's true or not, I'm not really sure. But even just saying it was pretty cool.
Yep. Well, as we got this, we had arranged a number of paintball companies that wanted to pitch in and help out, with the kids division, because the NXL, doesn't provide prizes and things. They weren't doing that cash payout for this. They did some rings and the stuff for first and second place, but we thought, and of course, my teammates here on the band and Allie remembered, and Bud and Dan Colby and Tom and Michelle and everybody in the background with that said, hey, let's see what we can do. So we pulled together a whole number of supporting companies that threw in some various prizes and things for that. So going down kind of in no particular order, we will start with first place, obviously, because first place is important. That was won by Infamous Kids, so congratulations to them. If you didn't know, they came in with a cool 200 points overall for that to win it. But Rhino Sports donated 10 custom jerseys. If you know who Rhino is, Paintball, Indiana. I'm going to butcher that. Sorry, Rhino. But he's out there, does a lot of stuff for kids, paintball and everything. So they got the 10 custom jerseys from Rhino. Then second place was our own Destiny Kids. They had 192.17 points that they came in. So they got the Lone Wolf paintball gift cards that Lone Wolf Paintball had donated, which obviously we know Caesar from our team, does a lot of stuff with, and he actually donated too. So congratulations for first and second place for Infamous Kids and Destiny. Well earned, well fought. You guys deserved it. There was some great stuff going on, some great games in the finals with all of that. So now break these down in no particular order, because I know some people probably want to know this, that, or the other, but hey, that's all right. One of the ones that we had was Yuzi, and I left my sample pair sitting around here somewhere, but UZ, which is YOUZE, is a glass company that manufactures glass inserts that go up into your goggles. So you don't have to have your glasses on with the frames bugging and everything and fogging and all of that. These things clip in. Kids can put them in and out. Bill needs a pair, actually, from when we're playing. They threw in a couple of the inserts for a couple kids. Well, going through, I noticed that, and I hope I've got them all covered, and if I don't, let me know if you're a parent, if your kid was playing out there. But they had the two. We were like, all right. I talked to the owner. He's a friend of mine. And they decided, I think it was 7 kids that I noticed in all the pictures that were actually wearing glasses. So UZ decided to do 7 pairs instead.
Oh, very cool.
If I butcher names, I'm sorry. But we're going to have Damian Segra, I think, Infamous Kids, Anthony Ramirez from ML Kids, Connor Mayer from Swamp Monkeys. Love those guys. Alexis from Montresters Marauders, which we already have one kid on Montresters using these. And we got Brandon Allison and Brendan Starkey from Murder Hornets Black and Orange. And then Cole Thrasher, looked like he wore glasses too, from Murder Hornets Orange. So all those kids are going to get a custom pair of UZ glass inserts that will actually be made with their glass prescription, so it matches up what they're wearing, and they won't have to wear the glasses underneath their goggles anymore.
Very cool.
So,
very cool.
Hats off to you guys for all that. So with all of these, as I go through, I will obviously, I've got all the contacts for all the coaches and captains and everything from getting all this set up previous. So I will be sending out emails to coaches and stuff to get shipped to addresses and all that during this week and next week. So don't worry, because I've got everybody's contacts from all 24 teams. What do you want to do next? Sportsmanship Award. There was a lot of kids that Mike had gone through and had names and debates, and I can't even emphasize how tough a lot of these awards were to pick because of some of the outstanding sportsmanship play conduct that was noticed by our prize judge and like by me and you and stuff walking around.
Absolutely right. Yep.
So, it was phenomenal to see some of that going on. But
It was.
the Sportsmanship Award was given by MacDev, and that was a purple XDR, same marker that I play with, unless we're playing the band. Then I got my cockers. That went to Sydney Nates. Got to throw in one for Bud for Montresor's Marauders Empire State. So congratulations to Sydney. All right, and just start pulling down cockers. I got a wall of them right here.
I didn't mean to start anything. Bill, sit down. Sit down.
Sit down, Bill.
You'll swamp us.
Yeah, it's like, So yes, congratulations, Sydney Nates from Montresor's Marauders Empire State. She got the purple XDR for the Sportsmanship Award. So
very cool.
That's off to you.
And that's a big award.
Yeah,
you know,
it's well deserved. And she had not Mike the judge, but she had some other people that were not on her team throwing stuff in there for some of the things she did, helping out, kids and players on other teams. And there was, one was crying, and she's over there comforting, and
very cool.
Like that. She's an outstanding, young woman. So hats off to her. Who do we want to do next? Let's do. Let's see here. Let me just mark these off so I know which ones I actually did, so I don't just keep talking over myself.
Yeah, you got to do that, because of your age, that becomes a problem. Well, go ahead, keep going.
First and second place, I remember. We got those covered. The most valuable player award. That was the Dye DSR marker. Let's show it to you, but it's in the box sitting behind me. That went to, I know a bunch of people are waiting on this one, a player from the squad BKIC named Diego Grancino. If I butchered that, I'm sorry. I apologize. Garciano. Maybe that's right.
I say that every week, so keep going.
Yeah. But Diego, you are the winner for the most valuable player Dye DSR marker.
Wow, very cool.
So celebrate you as far as that goes. What else we want to do? God, I got so many of them.
Hey, it took Bill a long time to laugh after you butchered that kid's name. I mean, I'm still butchering the name, and he's laughing at me. So what's going on with this?
I am horrible at names. I apologize up front.
Oh, no, I could have been your professor when it comes to that. I am lousy at it. Go ahead, Andy.
Let's do team sportsmanship.
There you go.
That is Anthrax Paintball. Thank you, Anthrax. They're another. Well, these are all I remembered supporters, but got to thank them all accordingly, anyways. And Miss Amber Wong over at Anthrax, love her to death. They did 5 custom jerseys that will come with matching shirts and headbands. All made from Anthrax. They make some great killer stuff. So that went to DMG Kids Black.
Very cool.
So if anybody's listening from DMG Kids Black, you guys got the sportsmanship. And I will put this list together. It's all in Excel right now, but I'll get this all posted up on your page, my page, and
sounds good. Sounds good
for that. So what do we do next? How about These Kids Can Play? Brought to you by none other than our own teammate on the band, Mr. Bean Gene at AutoCockerParts.com. If you look over Fred's shoulder there, I believe I saw an Autococker banner in there.
It's right behind Gino.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That company right there.
Yeah. Mean Gene's a great guy, great company also.
Yeah, and he's not mean because he donated stuff for the kids.
And he smiles all the time. I met him in New York the first time a year and a half, 2 years ago. I've never seen him not smiling. I don't know where that comes from.
I think he ought to be named Smiley Gene.
That's true.
Well, on the other hand, though, I never tried to borrow money from him, so maybe that's where it comes in. I'm not really sure.
True. Well, I met him, at 9 o'clock at night out off the highway when he was coming back to go help a new teammate of ours, a friend of his, and they'd driven straight from California to Aurora, Colorado, and he was still smiling.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But he donated 5 JT bandanas. So
Very
for
cool.
Bill didn't know, those are actually goggles, not bandanas.
Right.
Yeah.
Got to give you a hard
Cool.
time. So thank you, Gene, at autocockerparts.com. Go there for all of your autococker parts needs. Or check.
There you go.
He's got a lot of parts too. Hey, got to plug the sponsors, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So these Kids Can Play award goes to none other than Wasted Kids.
Very cool.
So congratulations, Wasted Kids. I don't know if anybody's on here, Laura. Anybody watching? If not, they'll catch the replay. Let's see here. We've got, how about the Silky Smooth Move Award? Let's just stay with the theme of, band members. So Mr. Caesar Pizzo from Ultra Silk, which, plug the sponsors, pretty much everybody on the band uses Ultra Silk and has had all of their markers boom treated. So if
they rock.
Guys have all their stuff boom treated, you kids can understand that this stuff works, because
big time
knows petroleum and made sure that everything is cool. We have
what's amazing about it, Andy, is the way it impregnates the metal itself.
Oh,
and that's what makes it last so much longer. And, when he did my markers, they even sounded different. Am I right, Billy?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
you get them back.
We showed up in New York with all brand new boom treated cockers, and everybody was like, wow, look how smooth these are.
Yeah. Yep. Very, very nice. Anyhow, keep going, Andy. You're good.
The Silky Smooth Move Award. Say that 5 times really fast.
Yeah. I'm breaking in a new tongue.
Yeah. That's going to be 5 boom treatments complete.
Woo!
Like we've all had done to our guns, thanks to Caesar. That's going to go to David Gloria, which I believe is with the West Coast All-Stars White, if I'm not mistaken. If I get some of these wrong, I apologize too, but I believe that's West Coast All-Stars White. Mark Gong, you can chime in and make sure that I'm right on that one. So, yep, kids will be getting some slick markers to go with that. That was a tough one too, because let's see here. Next, how about, keeping with the theme of things, Mr. Dan and John Colby from Immortal Air.
There you go.
The Immortal Athlete Award. So Dan and John Colby donated a 68 4500. It's the air system of choice that we all use as well too, because they work.
That's the reason.
Yeah, and they always work, unlike the other junk on the market.
There you go.
That went to a girl that I think you probably got to meet, I hope. Her mom's really well known. I know you know her mom. Baby Paxson.
Oh, yeah, right on. Oh, very, very cool.
The up-and-coming superstar daughter.
There you go.
Athlete Award. From that, she plays for Destiny Kids.
Yep. Well, B and her husband, Mike, matter of fact, I knew Mike before B did, because he used to be on the Ironman. We used to practice against each other all the time with Constant Pursuit and the Ironman. So, yeah, B. Youngs Paxton, terrific lady. She does an awful lot for paintball, too. She's got I'm so very, very happy her daughter got something like that. That's cool.
And to not leave anybody out of the fray, we had the future of the sport. That was the BKI School of Paintball, where every player got a 30-day membership to the BKI school, courtesy of those guys. So you can't thank them enough. We got the code sent out to everybody, so every kid that participated got a 30-day free membership and then can continue on from there. So thank you to BKI School of Paintball, with all of them involved, Tyler and the whole crew there as well. That was awesome. I know all the kids were excited for that one as well. So not going to name names because there's 24 teams of 5+ kids. So, but y'all won.
Yep. That's very cool.
Y'all know who you are on that one.
Yeah. Wait, we gave away about a gazillion things, and there was this much that was left over, huh?
These are the bigger awards. This isn't the 50+ pounds of Hormesis.
That I carried. Yeah.
I carried a bag, and I took the heavier one. Come on now.
I know. I still think you had helium in yours. I'm not sure. Every time you couldn't set it down, it'd float away. You could see a groove where I walked with mine. But I won't bring that up. Go ahead. Keep going.
Just sore still in the back. That's all. Takes you a while to heal.
And my heart.
You're just mad you didn't win anything. You could have handled it to yourself. How about we go to, let's see here. Let's go to Play of the Day Award.
Okay.
That was donated by Dynamic Paintball and Airsoft, my home field. Here in Aurora, Colorado. They threw in a purple Hormesis band, the one I didn't give you to hand out because it was in this stack for this stuff. You had a whole other stack of Hormesis bands you gave out.
Yeah, we did.
$100 cash, because when you have that Hormesis and you're styling and profiling, you got to have some cash to go spend on it too. So.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Got to have that.
They go hand in hand. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
That went to Gabriel McEwen of Murder Hornets Orange.
Very cool. Congratulations.
Good job for that one. Let's see here. Let's do some supporter choice awards. This was done by Planet Eclipse. So thank you, Leds, and the whole team over at Planet. Guys make great markers, because you're a sponsor. And so, I'm going to plug you there. No, Leds is a big supporter of the kids and everything. And Allie remembered, he hits me up randomly to do crazy stuff for the foundation for that. So obviously, we love Planet Eclipse. But they got some backpacks that they're going to be giving away. So there's going to be, let's see, there's 6 here. They got to give me one more name. They're missing one. Nathan Orlano will be one from the squad BKIC. Got Corbin Perry from Destiny Shenanigans. You got Dylan Knapp, or I think it's Nape from Rampage Kids. Reed Lovejoy from the Swamp Monkeys. Love the Swamp Monkeys. Jeremiah Lee from Dangerous Toys. Go Toys. Hayden Lynn, who was a walk-on player that played for Storm Riders, which is an Ally Remember team. And that kid was a ball of fire because in the tent, I swear to God, everybody heard him in the registration booth there when Jennifer kind of asked him if he wanted to play and then brought him over to me. She dumped him on me with the parents, and this kid was like 6 winds of excitement. We had to pretty much stake him to the ground to keep him from getting through the tent. We're like, it's going to rain. We don't need holes in this thing. Stake it down.
You got to love it.
Oh, yeah. It was. We got some video of it. Me and Tom were just busting up laughing. But we weren't laughing at the kid. I think we were laughing at his excitement because he was the most excited player at the World Cup I have ever seen.
Wow.
It was just a joy to see that and everything. So we got him on with Storm Riders. And there will be one more announced when I put the list out. They didn't send me enough because they gave 7 backpacks. They gave me 7.
Got it.
So congratulations to all of you. What else we got? Oh yeah, we might want to do this one. So Ugly Paintball. Awesome. Another awesome company that manufactures jerseys and pants and all that kind of stuff. Does everything for us here at Ally Remember Foundation. They gave me a brand new Xbox gaming system. It's supposed to go with that PlayStation you promised everybody that we still have.
Oh God! I wish I could find that hacker. He owes me so much.
So you owe everybody a PlayStation. Just let me know. So I'm still waiting on mine. But unlike you, Ugly came through and they did send the Xbox. So at least we got that.
Yeah, not like my coffee from Hawaii. But anyhow.
No, it's going to get shipped with the rest of this stuff. It's actually.
Oh, yeah. This is a recording. No, go ahead.
No, it's over there. I made mine. It's really good coffee, by the way.
You made mine.
I missed it. No, Yours is still sealed. I have not touched it. I swear to God.
I
After
love
we
it.
get done with the show, I'll go get it out of the box and show you it's right there.
I love it. I
I'd
love
actually
it. Go ahead.
join me. But so the Xbox gaming system.
Wow,
This
some
was a
lucky
tough
kid.
one. Yeah, lucky kid with this too. There again. There's a bunch of names and things like
Bill, maybe.
Bill won. No, you're
Yeah,
not
I
a kid.
won.
Bill. You weren't even there playing. Sorry, you're disqualified.
And you're too tall. You're too tall.
I don't think you even know how to work
Too
the
tall.
Xbox.
Yeah,
You know,
you'd be like the center on their basketball team.
Yeah. You just use it to watch movies, anyways, Bill. So that one's going to go to a very special lady named Hannah Graham.
Wow,
Who was
very
playing
cool.
for Rambunctious, which happened to be the throw together team at the last minute, hours, before registration closed, that Jennifer had me running around, and I roped Rob Walker into being the coach of, because Rob was at World Cup and had nothing better to do. Hey, why don't you go coach kids team?
Yeah, he did. He did a good job too.
He did a great job actually. With that. Actually, overall, he came in 19th overall. So I got all that right in front of me. So not too bad, but it was decided that Hannah Graham from Rambunctious was going to win that Xbox. So congratulations to you.
Wow, very cool. Congratulations.
No, I love it. Ugly Cheese all the way.
Steven Snow, he's a terrific guy. You know that?
He is.
Hey, do you know him?
No, but you just said it, so he has to be.
Let me tell you, he's a terrific guy. He really is. I hope you get a chance to meet him. Maybe when you do the LA Remember Foundation, maybe we can drag a lot of these guys out to Colorado if there's no snow. Now, if there's snow, that's going to be a different game.
You'll be just fine. Yeah, the date's posted. You'll be fine.
Cool. Yeah, then I'm good for that. Then.
Yeah, you're good. Here's another one.
Here's something you guys never say right there.
What? Here's something, or here's nothing?
No, you're too kind, Fred.
You're too kind, Fred.
I mean, I get a lot of year two, but it's never kind.
Yeah, Steve, but if you hang out with him like we do and travel and play tournaments with him like we do, you wouldn't be saying that there's a
You'll learn to hate him, I know.
I need to call the Pope.
All right. Yeah. I just don't like being told I got to go to bed at 7.
I'm here. Just tell me your problem.
I was wondering if hell froze over.
Right? So let's see what else we got. Oh, yes. We have the Vision of the Future Award, Fred. This is another one from Die Paintball. So thank you over there at Die again as well. 4 i4 Pro goggles.
Very cool.
Goggles.
Yeah, very cool.
Sitting right behind me, actually. So there was some things that happened. So instead of one winner with this, we came up with 2 winners. And we're going to make a little extra donation to help out on this one. The first main winner of this was a awesome player that you got to meet, probably watching tonight, I'm guessing, because we had him on the show a few weeks back. If you recall, they were all running crazy. House out there on this little island out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Was that not cool or what?
Oh, yeah. So, Hope, A. Singh from Maui Misfits, is the Vision of the Future winner. So it looks like I'm shipping some I-4s out to Hawaii.
Very cool.
Deliver them.
Very cool. Yeah, that was the team, Andy, that they got their flights canceled because of the weather.
Yep.
And went and bought, same thing I had to do. I couldn't fly on the same airline, so they all went and bought tickets on different airlines to get there. And that shows you the dedication that the parents had for those kids, man. That's what's so cool about all of this.
Yeah, they went through and did a lot. So
absolutely.
But I was going back through, looking at notes things that parents had sent me, different things. And I know me and you signed it. Do you remember signing the big poster for Royce,
Yes,
which was
absolutely. Yes, I did.
kid that passed away that it was his dreams of playing World Cup and all of that, and they told us the story and everything, which was heartbreaking on all that happened. But they had that big poster up there, and a lot of people were coming by and signing it. I know me, you, and Tom signed it. We got
Yes, we
Jennifer,
did. Yep.
Frank, and I think everybody else got over there and signed the thing, just as a solemn way to say sorry. We're going to miss Royce and everything else.
A quick story behind that too, and that you told me too, Andy. This was on a Twitter challenge. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was on a Twitter challenge, and this is not long before the World Cup either. This was, I believe, a few weeks before the World Cup, and he tried to challenge and ended up dying doing it. So so all you kids out there, some of these challenges aren't worth it. Get out and play some paintball.
Yeah,
you want to do something spectacular. Yeah, do that. So
yeah, definitely. So I mean, I love seeing that. Obviously, I run a domestic violence nonprofit, and seeing things and all this kind of stuff that just tore at my heart and everything with that. So hats off to you guys for bringing it, Murder Hornets. Bringing that out and getting people to sign it and everything. I have stuff like that after Allie, and it is comforting for the family. So I want to let you know that was a great thing to actually do.
Very classy.
My heart as
Very
well.
Classy.
Yep. Looking through some of those notes, things like that, I had noticed that a parent, I won't go naming names for everything, but I had a parent hit me back up and said that he had noticed that the entire SQD squad, that they were the ones, we took pictures with pretty much everybody, but they had on the gray jerseys that said the kids, just kids on them. That was the SQD BKIC squad, basically, playing as the kids on their jerseys. That whole team walked up simultaneously together to sign that poster.
Right.
Which may have been the only team that I know of, that I was told of, or that I even noticed myself. I know we had our Expendables kids go up and sign it and stuff, but walked up on their own and just took turns doing that. That's outstanding sportsmanship and camaraderie from a team to demonstrate to do something like that. So our hats were off to them as well. So they're also going to get a thing of I4 Pro goggles as well.
Very cool.
Just
Very
for being
cool.
representatives of the sport like that, because that does show vision of the future. If you can do that for something that to you can be so meaningless, like I didn't even know this kid. Here's this poster over there. I don't mean to sound harsh when I say this, but there's this poster over there. We didn't know him, that type of a thing, which some people can have an attitude like that. But I think a lot of those kids actually sign that thing, but just to walk up as a team, bow your heads and pick up a pen and sign for something like that just shows how outstanding, gentlemen these were. So they're going to get.
It should be though too.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. So they're going to get some I4 Pro goggles from Dye as well.
Very cool.
So hats off to you guys as well for that.
Yep.
What else we got? I think, let's see. We got first place, second place. There's going to be the Virtuous Awards. I've got chip counts from some parents. I didn't get chip counts from everybody, and I'm not even sure all the teams ended up with the challenge chips that got maybe didn't get handed out or got set down somewhere in the course of all of that with everybody that was doing everything. But there's going to be some winners of the Virtuous Awards, which was done by Virtue. So I have a bunch of goggles and hoppers to give away. So in no particular order, at least I could say, I've got Marco Jr., William, and he's with West Coast All-Stars, the Hermans. William Tomzowski, Rambunctious, Aiden, I think it's Feifeld, Rico's Rockstars, Lucas Tamuro, Savage Pets Kids, Seth Meacham from DMG Kids Gold, Steve from Our Own Destiny, Phoenix, Perry from Rico, Zayden from Rico. They had some chips going on there, and there's a few more to go. I gotta check one other thing of notes I forgot about. So finalists will have the last remaining couple names for that one. And then that brings us down to the one remaining Golden Barrel Award. Now this one, I'm not going to announce a winner. I need to get back with some parents. There was one parent, and I apologize, I cannot find the note, where I believe one kid had 17 kills. And then right behind that was Nathan Arleno, or it was Diego, was it Graciano, with 15 kills. One of those kids had 15. I've got the notes on that one, but I think they were overruled by one other player at 17. So I'm going to get back with a bunch of the parents and things, find out if there was the one at 17 and who that kid was, and then I will go ahead and announce the Golden Barrel Award, which Field 1 donated a Golden F1 AccuLock barrel, same barrels that I use.
Same one I shoot.
Same one you shoot.
Outstanding barrels.
Right.
I absolutely love it. Yeah, go ahead.
Love those things. And the Hermesis, and I hate to say this, Bill, because it's going to make it, make him light up, but Hermesis Iron Kids headband. I don't know if Fred knows who the Iron Kids are. We won't make him tell us. He knows who the Iron Kids are.
Yeah, the Iron Kids all started on Fred's field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they donated that. So that is the one, and I apologize, the one thing that I couldn't put a final name to tonight. But as soon as we do, I will get that name out.
And then post it. That's all.
Yep, yeah. I'll just get it posted. But there you go.
Wow, Andy.
Deserving kids.
Andy, you just gave away a ton of stuff tonight. So people can, I mean, you guys can't even imagine how much stuff was given away at Cup. What do you think tonight was maybe 10% of what you had at Cup?
Compared to what we had in the bags and everything total, yeah.
Yeah, because I could not. Every time I turned around, we were giving somebody something.
Oh yeah, and you had to leave, so I gave the bag to Steve Ross from Montrose Brothers. We didn't actually hand everything out. With all of that me and you walked around handing out all that free stuff. When we got back the next morning, I was like, damn, there's still some stuff left in the bag. You forgot the Apple AirPods, for example.
Yeah. Yep.
So I gave what was left to him, because we had all, people that were left were over in the grandstands for the finals.
Right.
So Steve's like, what do you want me to do with it? I'm like, there's the grandstands. Go knock yourself out. Walk around like you're one of those,
throwing the T-shirts out.
Throwing the T-shirts out.
Yeah, right.
Just go nuts. He was running up and down through all the stands, just handing stuff out left and right, and just had a ball.
Very cool.
He did find somebody to give the AirPods to, which was cool.
I know I had a terrific time with you down there. It's a memory I will carry with me forever. It was that much fun. So and at the field and off the field, I just had a great time with Andy. And I want to thank you again so much for the opportunity to do that. And I'm sure all the kids that got stuff want to thank you, and all the kids that got stuff tonight want to thank you. Well, here's somebody. Here you go, Billy. This right up Bill's thing right here. Hello from snowy southeast Missouri. Jake Krulin.
There you go.
Wow. Jake Krulin is a great guy. Okay. He had the field, combat zone paintball field up there in Orville that I held the very first WCPL at, and he owned Predator Paintball here too. And he just moved from California back to Missouri. So Jake Krulin's one of the nicest guys, and he's going to be at Tim Schloss's when we do the WCPL there. I'm going to make sure we drag him over there so everybody can meet this guy. He's a terrific person. That's how much I think of the guy. So, yep. So Andy, I want to thank you so much for coming on tonight. I want to thank all our viewers, man. We had 37, 38 people at one time. not just guys. Please, no hate mail anymore.
Unless we beat you on the field, then you can send him hate mail.
There you go. There you go.
Game
Nothing to it. Well, Andy, I appreciate so much you coming on tonight and doing that, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do this on my show too. I think that's pretty cool.
You were half of the prize team going on a cup anyway, so it was only natural.
Well,
on your show.
I appreciate it very, very much, and Andy, you're welcome on my show anytime. And anybody out there, if you want to contribute to a good cause, you want to contribute to the Ellie Remember Foundation, because the work that they do, and it's not about paintball, it's about bad things that happen in life itself. And I've watched Andy take care of a lot of those for a lot of different people. So, Andy, you're okay. I don't care what your wife says, but
it's true. She'll say a lot of things.
Real quick, I got to mention that Andy's wife, Tiffany, has a book out, and the name of the book is
That's Through Her Mother's Eyes, and now she's writing book number 2.
Yep. So if you get a chance, I know they carry it on Amazon and a bunch of other book places. Yeah, Barnes and Nobles and every place. So it's a book that I believe was actually written from the heart, because going through something like that is not an easy deal. And to write it without going through something like that, it would probably not even touch you like this book does. So
it's really more of a support book for those that have been through it, or an educational book on how to avoid going through, like what we did.
Yeah.
With all of that. So it's not just a sad story type of book.
Gotcha.
Her murdered daughter, but there's a point behind it. So.
Yep. We got Tony Diaz says he's hoping to be in St. Louis too. We're hoping Tony shows up too. Tony's going to be on our show next week. And Tony, he was, I believe, Austin police officer for 7 years. And then now he's going to school for business. So I'm looking forward. I'm going to have him and Ryan Courtney and Paul Farrell on next week. And I cannot wait to have these guys on and tell us how they all got wrapped up in the paintball, because I'm looking forward to that. So, Andy, again, one more time, I want to thank you so much. I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody. And Godspeed.
Bye. No, I just, one final, I know, I'll speak for myself, Tom, Fred, everybody, our alley teams that were helping us out there at Cup and everything. We did forget to mention Niagara Water. I got a shout out to them real quick. They had actually donated 3 pallets of bottled water for the youth division for a World Cup. So thank you, Niagara. They're a nationwide bottling, company that makes bottled water for all your big box stores and everything. But we ended up buying water to get it over there, and the snacks and stuff to put over there, because a hurricane kind of messed up the delivery of getting the water down there. And thank God, because I don't think Fred would have survived trying to unload 3 pallets of water and carry it to the field. So he wouldn't have made it. But hats off to Niagara for that as well. I'm sure we'll get them next year at World Cup, barring no hurricanes this time, to do it all over again. But no, just a shout out to all the coaches, the players, the family members, the moms, the dads, everybody that, really, they're the ones that made this happen, because they're the ones that got the
That's correct.
They're the ones that paid the bills. They're the ones that, the practices and the airplanes and the trips and the travel. And
absolutely
drove from California. And if it wouldn't have been for all the parents and the coaches, me and you wouldn't have been there out handing out stuff.
That's correct.
I wouldn't have been hitting up all these, great companies that support us, asking them for free stuff, because I wouldn't have had a reason. There would have been no reason.
Just my area, you had Ryan Podesta, Michael Beard, Mark Gaunt. There was just Scott McDonald. So a lot of the parents and a lot of them across the U.S. and outside of the actual U.S. body. Look at the kids from Hawaii. Yeah. I mean, they had to get two tickets just to get here. So
2 tickets from paradise, not to paradise.
I got you. Well, Andy, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on. I'm glad we finally get this list out. I know it's been a long time coming.
Very cool.
With that, so next year or this year we'll make sure we do.
Can't wait to do it again. Yep. I want to thank you again so much for not singing out loud too.
I don't sing. No.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. They go, "Can you sing tenor?" And I go, "Yeah." And then they go, 10 or 15 miles from here. It's always a hurtful thing with me. I don't get it. Andy, you have a good evening.
You too.
Yeah, so low you can't hear me.
Yeah.
I've heard them all. I don't know why. Andy, you have a good evening, buddy. All right, everybody. That was Mr. Andy Starrett from the Ellie Remember Foundation. Guy does an awful lot of things for paintball, and not just for paintball. He does a lot of things for people that are in dire need. I'm just going to go there because, he kind of spreads out. It's not one particular thing. He started with the domestic violence. It kind of rolls over into a bunch of other things that he really, really, really helps people out. Am I right, Billy?
Yep. Seen him drive around handing out food to the homeless too. There's all kinds of stuff that him and his organization do. So
it was, I was standing on the corner with my hand out. He drove right by me. So, and it wouldn't have been so bad, but I think he was laughing. That's the bad part.
You were wearing clean clothes. That's a mistake you made.
Well, okay, I'll change that next time.
Yep.
All right, Billy, pretty good show tonight.
Yes, it was. It was awesome.
Made a lot of people happy. That's something I'm very, very happy about. I just like I say, I like pushing paintball. I work really hard. I have for a lot of years, and I'm going to continue doing it until I can't do it anymore. So,
heck yeah.
All right, Billy, let's say good night to everybody because we're running a little long here.
Good night, everybody.
Always cut and dry. I love it. See you in a minute, Billy. All right, everybody. I know we ran a little long tonight. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate everybody that watched this tonight. And I just want to thank all my viewers one more time because, you guys mean an awful lot to me. It's taking the time out of your life to sit down and watch me just shoot my mouth off for an hour is pretty cool. I just absolutely love you. And I love so much having Andy come on tonight and give those extra prizes away that he did. And all the prizes he gave away at World Cup. Most of you will never know how much he gave away. It was an incredible thing. So my hat's off. And Ryan Courtney, I will see you next week, buddy. Remember next week, Ryan Courtney, Paul Farrell, and Tony Diaz. Please tune in, 7 o'clock Pacific time. Because remember, guys, please, when we all work together, we make paintball bigger and better. So until next week at 7 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook on Flagpole Productions, please play hard, play safe, play fair. Get out there and play paintball, huh? All right, guys. We will see you